Hello everyone, I'm Jasmine Sidhu and I welcome you all to my English channel. In my today's video, I have taken up the explanation of Chapter 8 from Beehive book prescribed by CBSE for ninth class students. The name of the chapter is Reach for the Top and it has been divided into two parts, Part 1 and Part 2. In my previous video, I have given you the explanation of Part 1 which was about Santosh Yadav, and in my today's video I'll give you the explanation of Part 2 which tells us about an eminent Russian personality, that is Maria Sharapova. This biographical account depicts the journey of Maria as a top class tennis player. The word top symbolizes the highest point reached by Maria Sharapova by the dint of her earnest efforts and diligent work. The author reveals that one has to pay a price for reaching the top in the form of hard work, rigorous training, and sacrifice. Sometimes one has to undergo mental torture too on this path to success, but its rewards are always sweet and satisfying. The story of Maria conveys us a message that hard work and dedication never go unrewarded. Nothing can obstruct those who stick to their path with an unstaggering devotion. So let's look at the background of Maria. Now, if we talk about her family background, we talk about the lineage, about the parentage. Maria currently she is a Russian retired professional tennis player, right? But she has lived in and been a United States permanent resident since 1994. Why we are saying Russian professional? Because she was born at Siberia in Russia on 19 April 1987. She moved to US at a very young age to pick up the skills which were required to play the sports tennis, and eventually she got the citizenship of US. Her father's name is Yuri Sharapova and mother's name is Yelena, and eventually on 26 February 2020 she retired from this sport and she has a permanent resident at Florida in US. Now, how the making of this superstar happened? Now, when Maria was 2 years old, the family moved to a coastal town of Sochi. Their father of Maria befriended Alexander. He was a renowned tennis player of those times, and he was the one who gave Maria her first tennis racket at the age of 4. And then there was no looking back from that moment. At the age of 6, accidentally she met Martina Navratilova at her tennis academy, who further suggested her to move to Florida to receive better training. And eventually, father he took each and every thing into a positive stride, and he took every pain to follow the direction shown to Maria by Martina Navratilova, and barely at the age of 9, he made Maria join the tennis academy at Florida. Though the mother was not able to accompany her due to visa restrictions, but then eventually the father was able to look for the academy and get her enrolled over there, and then rest is a history. We all know the success of this young girl. Now, how was the life in the academy? Yuri, father of Maria, he eventually launched her on the path to success and stardom. He, gave that platform to her to step into this competitive world. But then the level of sacrifice, which only few children at such a young age, such a tender age could understand, could endure, it was just the quality of Maria who could understand it. She saw the faith in her father's eyes for her and she maintained that faith. Maria, she recollects, right, that she used to remain alone and she used to miss her mother a lot in the academy. And her father also could not live with her because to meet the needs of the academy and the things required by Maria, obviously he had to work hard and he had been doing menial jobs to meet both the ends. But Maria, though she was very young when she stepped into the academy and she used to go to bed at 8, but the other students, they used to come back around 11 and they used to wake her up and order her to clean the room. All these things did not make Maria depressed. Instead, she became determined and mentally tough. She took care of herself. She never thought of quitting. She was determined to achieve her aim. She says that when a person has nothing, she craves and becomes determined to get it. She says that she would have taken or undergone greater humiliation and insults in order to achieve her dream. She was ready to face the worst situations in her life because in front of her eyes she could just see her dream of becoming number one tennis player. So she didn't want to run away from that situation. She didn't want to quit from that academy because she knew it. If she's quitting, she'll go back to Siberia where she won't get any opportunities. That will be the dead end to her career. So she was so determined that she was ready that even if more humiliation, more torture comes to her, she would take it in a positive stride and take it as a challenge. And she did it. Now Maria retains her determination till present day. The determination actually has led her to grab the women's single trophy at the Wimbledon Championship in 2004, and at that time she was just 17 years of age. Followed by the rapid climb to the top position on 22nd August 2005 at the age of 18. That was a big achievement in her life. And then there were series of awards which kept on coming her way, and she has been rated as number one tennis player, women tennis player in the world. She won 5 Grand Slam singles titles. One was for Wimbledon in 2004, then US Open in 2006, Australia Open 2008, French Open in 2012 and 2014. She also had 3 Grand Slam doubles titles as well. She won in the double series as well. And then she talks about her journey because she came from the frozen plains of Siberia, and at that particular point she was at the summit of women's tennis and she was able to touch the hearts of millions of tennis fans. But the credit of her success she gives to her hard work and dedication, and one thing she makes very clear, that she never had room for sentiment. She never felt weak that her parents are not there. She never felt homesick that she has to run away back to her house. And she was determined and she believed that all the sacrifices which she had made, they were worth it because the fruit of success is very sweet. And she proudly said that since the beginning she was very competitive and she had always worked hard at whatever situation she had in her hand, and that was the mantra of success for her. She had excellent American accent and she proudly acknowledges also that the maximum, part of success in her career was a credit due to the US Academy, but still in heart she was a Russian national, and she said that if my country Russia wants me to play for them in Olympics, I will never step back. Like other teenagers, Maria's favorite pastimes were fashion, singing, dancing. She loved to read novels by Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. She liked to wear fashionable evening gowns, and like normal teenagers, she loved to eat pancakes with chocolate spread and she loved orange fizzy drinks. So she was a normal girl. But what made her become number one? It was because of her talent and unwavering desire to succeed and readiness to sacrifice. These were the qualities which have lifted her to the top of the world. And when she was asked about money, she said that money does give motivation to her to work hard, and she acknowledges, she considers that tennis is both a sport and a business because riches has been given to her out of this sport only, right? But then she says the most important aspect for her was to reach the top spot in women's tennis. It was this dream that kept motivating her for ceaseless efforts. And eventually, on 26 February 2020, as I told you, she announced her retirement from tennis. Now, in one of the essays, that is Vanity Fair, she has written very beautiful lines. It speaks that I want anyone who dreams of excelling in anything to know that doubt and judgment are inevitable. You will fail hundreds of times and the world will watch you. Accept it, trust yourself. I promise you that you will prevail. What she meant to say over here is that people will judge you, people will doubt your capabilities, but you should have that unflinching faith in your own capabilities. And if people are raising fingers at you, they are becoming judgmental, introspect. That if there are any flaws in your personality, accept it and work upon them, and then have faith in your capabilities, and nobody can pull you down, and you will definitely be successful in your life. So this is all in this chapter. I hope you all might have liked the explanation. If you have liked, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.